A todos, muchas gracias por participar en este webinario sobre las tendencias de AOVE en Bélgica. Soy Rocío Martín, técnico de desarrollo de mercado en Benelux y Francia, dentro de Andalucía Trade, la Agencia para la Transformación y Desarrollo Económico de la Junta de Andalucía, donde apoyamos el proceso de internacionalización de las empresas andaluzas. La jornada técnica está organizada por nuestra oficina Andalucía Trade en Benelux. Nuestra directora Natasha van Wisterveld presentará a Philippe Bruyninck. Philippe, thank you very much for this opportunity and for this collaboration with within this webinar. So thank you very much, and I give the floor to Natasha. Natasha.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar on extra virgin olive oil. This sounds very strange for me in English, but for all of you who want to work on an international level, you know that this is a very important point. So we're talking about the extra virgin olive oil and its evolving role in the Belgian market. In this session, we'll explore how olive oil has developed in Belgium over time, from a relatively niche product to a staple in modern kitchens. We look at the key production countries and how they compete, dive into the main olive varieties and taste preferences in the Belgian market, and examine what Belgian buyers expect in terms of quality, certification, and differentiation. We'll also cover how the olive oil reaches consumers through various distribution channels, as well as the branding and promotional strategies that help products stand out. And finally, we'll highlight how olive oil is used in Belgian gastronomy today, before wrapping up with practical recommendations and opening the floor for your questions. But before we begin, let me please briefly introduce our speaker. Philippe is one of those lucky persons who combined his passion and his profession. He was the first Belgian certified professional olive oil taster and sommelier, with a strong and steady evolving expertise in the fields. His journey started in 2015 with the launch of a specialized olive oil webshop focused exclusively on Cretan products. This hands-on experience quickly led to a formal training. In 2016, he began his education at AONA in Imperia, where he immediately qualified as a technical olive oil taster. Philippe continued to deepen his knowledge in the following years, obtaining his official certification as a professional olive oil taster in 2018. Since then, his career has expanded internationally. In 2021, he joined the Olive Oil Institute in s-Hertogenbosch in the Netherlands, Bolduque in Spanish, as a team member, and in 2023, he was selected as a jury member for the prestigious Olive Oil International Contest in Geneva. He also became part of the Institute's special IOC qualified team, a role he continued in 2024. That same year, he participated in a field project in Jaén, in Spain, focusing on olive oil quality control at the source. Today, Philippe is an IOC ISO panel member, actively contributing to international standards and evaluating in the olive oil sector. So as you see, today we're in very good hands, and we're very pleased to have him with us today. Philippe, thank you very much for your contribution for this knowledge sharing with all those professionals of your branch, of their branch. And thank you very much. You have the floor. Let's get started.
Good morning. Welcome to sunny Belgium today. I would like to have it with you a little bit about what are the opportunities to get your olive oil into Belgium, the country of Natasha. I don't see the slides. Just one. Okay. Are you going to slide number 6, please? Yeah, voilà. So let's say that Belgium is still the land of the butter and the mayonnaise, because we have those fries. And olive oil is becoming more and more known and used in the Belgian kitchen. How did this come? Let's say in the 1990s that people started to travel more and more. And if they did it by car, they went to France. But the major destination for Belgian tourists is Spain, if they go by plane, of course. And then they discovered the Mediterranean cuisine. The beautiful kitchen of Spain showed them what you can do with olive oil, and that is something that really was in favor for the use of olive oil. Later on, people also started to realize the health aspect of the olive oil, what was very important, because people realized that in earlier years it was said that fats were not very good for food, for your health, sorry, but people now know very well that olive oil must be a part of a healthy diet. So the health aspect became important. People discovered the Mediterranean cuisine, but it is still, and let's not forget that, minor fat in the Belgian kitchen. So we know very well that for me and my colleagues, we always say we have to educate the people in Belgium. We have to let them know about the different categories of olive oil. We have to know what makes an extra virgin olive oil different from a virgin olive oil. People do not realize that often, because most of the olive oils they find or they buy and they use comes from the supermarket. Now it is like you can even that is important, that they know extra virgin and ordinary or even lampante, but we want to go further and want to learn them about acidity, polyphenols, and so learn them really the value of a good extra virgin olive oil and virgin olive oils. If I tell you, it will not surprise you if you give to 100 Belgian consumers a light fusty olive oil, I can guarantee you that 95% of the people say that this is fruity olive oil. They do not recognize defects. So again, education is key in if we want to promote more, in this case, Spanish olive oils. The key is to educate them, to make them aware about the profit they have for their health. What are the differences in virgin, extra virgin, and other oils? I told you before, 80% of the olive oils in the supermarket, the extra virgin olive oils, are only virgin. So people are not aware of good quality olive oils. They only find them in specialty shops. Some supermarkets have them, but they are not very good visible. The good news is that the use of olive oil is increasing. Many modern cookbooks, Belgian cookbooks, international cookbooks are using olive oil instead of butter. And that is also the people understand now that this is a vegan product, but is a plus for the olive oil. And it's very good for your heart and for the cholesterol. And that is very important. So if you see that the increase at the moment that you see on the next slide is the graph where that, especially if you look at this graph, you have to look at the numbers, of course, that there is an increase, a very strong upward trend in 4 years. Is this about awareness? No, it has also to do about the prices. Don't forget, for Belgian people, if they have to pay 25 euro for a half liter of extra virgin olive oil, they considered it as quite expensive. If you see that you pay only a few euros for a piece of butter, then they start to think twice, of course. What we see here also is that Spain is definitely by far the biggest imported in Belgium, and I think it's for the whole Benelux, for Netherlands, Belgium, and Luxembourg. but we see it here on the slide for Belgium. While Italy is the second one and Tunisia is the third one. What is surprising here is maybe that you see the Netherlands, although they have no olive trees, they are very good in trade. They really are the biggest traders that we have in Europe. They are the second biggest food exporters in the world, don't forget that. And that's why they are in this graph. So, and when we saw the numbers, I was myself a little bit surprised about the low score of Greece. But anyway, it's Spain that's dominating the Belgian market and the Benelux market by far. With good products and sometimes with also virgin olive oils branded as extra virgin olive oils. We see the increase that we saw in the slide before. When we make an estimation of what will happen in the next years, we believe that the growth will continue at 3-4% every year. These big steps that we see between 2020 and 2024 will stabilize a little bit more, and we see a growth of maximum 5% every year. Not these big steps anymore like we had in the past. But that is an estimation, of course. Don't forget, olive oil is a niche in the world of the edible oils. What we also see is that people spend more and more money in quality oils. They prefer more quality oils. They are looking for specialty shops. They are looking for brands that are a little bit standing out, that they don't want an average daily product, but they want, on the other hand, they want also a product they can use in the kitchen to cook. And then they go away from bottles of 25 euros, but they want tins in 1 liter, tins in 5 liters. That is important that this is also on the shelf, that people can have olive oil for daily cooking. And they don't like to spend 25 euros for a bottle of 500 milliliters to cook every day. So Belgian people, who are they? They are known for Burgundians. The Belgians are often regarded internationally and by themselves as true Burgundians. They really love, the destination is synonymous for bon vivant. They like food, they like to sit there next with other people on the table. Everybody knows about the love we have in Belgium for good food, beers, chocolate, name it. We have a lot of beautiful things, often expensive. That's the other side. It's a part of the Belgian cultural and national identity, having good food on the table. But on the other hand, don't forget the budget in the housekeeping plays a role. So they consider olive oil as expensive. We have to name it like it is. This doesn't mean, that's why, again, education is part. Why is olive oil expensive? You will maybe not agree that it is expensive, but for the average person here, it is not so cheap. And that's why we need education, and they must understand why they need it in their kitchen. So again, we come back about what we see in the European market here, or what we see from international countries, what they are bringing, like Spain. You are the largest supplier. You have competitive prices and large volumes. Andalusian is indeed a dominant region, but the Italians are different seen in Belgium. If you ask Belgian people, who the question I get often is, where does the best olive oil come from? And then I have to tell the story. It depends on the tree, the climate, the cultivar, the soil, and name it, the process and machines. But people in Belgium will often say Italy has the best olive oil because they don't know. Again, education is needed. Spain has beautiful olive oils. Tunisia, I have had olive oils from Chile, from South America. I had one from Japan that was beautiful. So people needs more awareness about what is olive oil. But Spain is standing out in volumes, of course. Greece, on the other hand, has a high level of extra virgin olive oils percentage, but they have cheaper prices because they don't work on their image enough. They are a little bit seen as old-fashioned and not very modern. That is not the case for Spain. That is seen as a very modern, very competitive product. So about this, we can go maybe further on because we see those numbers also here. This shows also what is going on. There's always the increase of the olive oils. One moment, I have to change here something. So I have my notes. I'm sorry for that. You can see these numbers prove it, that the increase is there, but it is going. What you can see here, in fact, in these numbers is that olive oil is becoming more and more important because the total amount of use of fat is not increasing, but the part that olive oil is increasing. And that is interesting in this case because this gives opportunities for more import of olive oil. Because people, there's the awareness about health, there's the understanding more and more that it's a tasty edible oil. I often say that to people to compare it with butter. You don't eat butter, but you can eat olive oil, an extra virgin olive oil, because it smells nice, it has a good taste, and this is the result that this olive oil is becoming more and more important in Belgium. But I have to come back on it. It's still a niche, and it's not a real big part, but it is growing. So there is opportunities, and there can be a push from the Mediterranean countries, from Spain, to get us more aware how good it is, because we are working on it, people who are educated in olive oil, but we need support also from you guys from Spain to help people convince how fantastic this product is. So what are the budget consumers looking for? Indeed, they not have all the same interest. I see three types of clients. I see clients that like the taste. They like it for how beautiful it is, how tasteful it is on food. You have the other clients that know that olive oil is healthy and they want it for the healthy part, but you have the people who combine it, of course. There is indeed more and more an awareness about polyphenols that I often have the question, what are the olive oils with the highest polyphenols? People are looking for that. Although if you go about 1,000 milligrams, then it's not a very nice olive oil anymore. But that's a little bit a fashion to look for high polyphenol olive oils. Anyway, people like to have a story. They like to have the story. They like to know where it comes from. Traceability is important in that case. They want to know more about the farmer, the farm itself, the region where it comes from. They want to know the difference between the cultivars. Like here we have the popular Spanish varieties. They are listed here, Arbequina, Picual and Hojiblanca. Very different oils, but people are also interested in coupages, in mixtures of olives, and to understand what is the benefit on their plate, on their food. There is that interest is really rising in Belgium. Knowing particular things about food, knowing where it comes from, who is the producer, Why is he better? Why is he different than other producers? What is very important, what can be important, it's not the most important thing, but some people are looking for quality labels. Now, what I believe is people know organic. We call it bio. In Belgium, people will not say organic, but they will say bio. The bio certification, people of course know that it's vegan. But what I always say, it's not because I'm related to the Olive Oil Institute in Bosch in the Netherlands, but sometimes we see labels, Spanish labels, and for the Italian products, Italian labels, that we don't understand and that we don't know. And it's not very helping us, the consumers, to understand why this is special. So it's not a bad idea to have a Benelux label. Like there's an institute, I mentioned it before, the Olive Oil Institute in the Netherlands. They can help you with that. They can give you a certificate about the quality, and people understand it better if it's in their own language. Not everybody speaks English, and certainly not Spanish. In their own language and from a trusted company that's supported by the Ministry of the Netherlands. So just an idea to give extra awareness about your quality to the customers. Pricing is of course important. Supermarkets have become later on it. Supermarkets have very competitive prices, I must say. They have bulk prices that we sometimes do not understand how they can sell it that way. It's the prices packed and shipped to Belgium are sometimes the same as in the bulk and in the international markets. What is a very strange thing, but I think some people over here will know the reason for that. I don't want to go further on it, but it's very difficult to do competition with those prices. So who are those supermarkets, Natasha? We have some big distribution channels. Let's go first to them. Bidfood. They are more specialized in what is written here in the e-commerce. They have some, most of them are Italian brands over there. They instead, in contradiction to Sligro, who has also Italian brands but mixed with Spanish brands, and they are more in smaller shops like small food retailers. Bidfood is more. You see the trucks everywhere. They go to bigger restaurants like hospitals, elderly people's houses, and those places. So I'm going to follow here. Then you have the Hanos and Solicius. Solicius is from the Colruyt Group. Colruyt Group is the biggest supermarket chain in Belgium. They are more specialized. They have their own brands. They have their own brands, and they are really focused on prices. And then you have the Hanos, who comes from the Netherlands. They are more targeting restaurants, but the bigger ones, culinary professionals. They do a lot of tastings, demos. They're really busy with food, making better with nice presentations, and it's a little bit. Is it upmarket? It's still wholesale, but it's a little bit upmarket. You can say that if you want. Yeah. Some nice price examples. What I said before about the competitive prices in the supermarkets. This is from Hanos, what is a wholesaler. You see the price on the right-hand side. from Carbonell, what is a 5-liter extra virgin olive oil at 69.15. Is it a good example? Yes, it is, because you see often that price, but you can see also that this 5-liter from competitors will be sold at 120 euros. So there's a big fluctuation in prices. You see, but if they want to, the Valderrama is also a good example, because it's now in the promotion, but normally it's around 30 euros for a bottle of 500 milliliters. And that is a normal price, around 25 euros for a glass bottle of 25 euros. Often people go to tins for the better price. You know, glass costs more in transport. 500 milliliters glass is 1 kilo. 1 liter in the tin is also 1 kilo, and that is the cost in transport, what is not that cheap to bring it to Belgium from Spain. So these are quite good examples for the prices. If we go to the discounters, we have them here, or part of them. You definitely can see that Colruyt Group is by far the biggest, and then you have Ahold Delhaize. Those are a little bit different. Colruyt Group is like we call it a pallet shop. They just put pallets in. It's not very fashionable. It's quite direct. Their slogan is we are in competition with every price. We always go lower. So that's Colruyt and Ahold Delhaize and Carrefour. I have to say in advance that they have together 65% of the market, what is really a lot. And the other ones, the hard discounters like Lidl and Aldi, you know them, have 20%. So that's in total 85% of the market. The rest is divided by smaller ones, even like Kruidvat and Action, who are not really food supermarkets, but they do. Besides, they have some food, of course. Colruyt Group, as I said, is the pallet shops. Every village, it's all over Belgium. They are really, and you see them everywhere. They're really widespread. They go for low prices. They try to beat the competition with their prices. That's the main focus. On the other hand, you have the Delhaize and Albert Heijn, especially Delhaize in the past used to be the upgraded, the higher positioned supermarket, but they have so much competition now in Belgium that they are really suffering from it and really have to go lower with their prices too. They have to follow the market. It's like that. They have to follow the market. Carrefour Market has a wide range. They have bigger stores. They have more brands in their stores. They have more choice. But that's for all of them. The competition is really, really, really high. Everything is price driven, and the consumer profits from it. They say it's not always that, because often they do something about the quality too. They lower the quality of their products, and that's not a good thing, of course. And then you have the discounters. We know them, Lidl, Aldi, also in Spain. It's for the price. Not easy to find a good olive oil there, but sometimes they have probably they buy stock overs and at the end of the season and try to sell it at a cheaper price. So what can you do for the Belgian market? Promotion, of course. Promotion. That's for every country the same. And try to find EU money, European community money. Be part of fairs and exhibitions. Can be fine too. Can be very helpful. Let people know what's special about Andalusian olive oil, the heritage. What's about sustainability? Very important lately. People know that it's a vegan product, that can be organic, is coming up more and more. People really ask for it, for organic products. How does your product looks like? Does it look like a perfume bottle or like a plastic bucket? A big difference. The presentation of your product is so important. People in Belgium like fine things. They buy with their eyes, not only with what they read, but they buy what they see. So I always say to people who want to, traders who want to sell in Belgium, go to a perfume shop and see how the bottles look and copy them and put your olive oil in it. You can ask €2 more for a bottle, but it's true. People see them on the shelves and they don't know what to choose because they don't have the education to understand how to read the label. And most of the time, the label says nothing. There's not written on what is the acidity. There's only written that it consumes no sugar, no fat, 100% fat. So the label does not give enough information. So you can stand out with your label. You can have the QR codes where people can scan and see and come to your farm or to your production unit, or where how sustainable it is. And there's so much information to put in the label, and people love that. It's really, it attracts them more to buy your product. So most of the olive oils are, of course, sold in supermarkets. Specialty shops have their role, of course. There is a little bit, lately there's a lot in the news about fraud of olive oil in Belgium and in the Netherlands. I can speak for both. We just had a test of 25 olive oils and 18 were not extra virgin. Even one was 100% another oil, not even olive oil. And that comes in the news. That's why people often try to find olive oils in specialty shops with, because those people know where it comes from, where the olive oil comes from, and it gives them more trust, especially the olive oils that were tested came from the supermarkets. And it's not big news that 70–80% of the supermarket oils are not extra virgin olive oil, and they're just wrong labeled, they say. So, those chefs, they learn us that, and they learn the public that olive oil is not only a condiment but also an ingredient. And the opposite, of course, it has a glutamate reaction to your food. It enhances your food, it makes it better. And these are probably the three most famous, and you see them busy on the television, making fantastic things. If you can connect with them, it's an advantage, 100%, of course, but it's not easy. They are so famous and well busy. And they are very popular, and their appearance with your product will give a boost that's enormous, but it's not easy to reach those guys, of course. Voilà. Stand out of the average. I forgot to mention that sustainability is really going on, and a lot of chefs promote in their restaurants also how green they are. On every menu you see written vegan, organic, and that is really important. Local, not local, with respect for nature. So the green, I call it always green because it's an easy way to define those things. The green is really, really, really important for those chefs, for many chefs. So stand out That's what I really like you to say. Stand out for against the rest. Have beautiful bodies. Work with the right distribution partners. Find yours. Have trust. Meet them in person. Don't do things over the phone. Come to Belgium. Come and first find out on the internet who you want to speak with. Go there and speak with them. People need trust, and once a Belgian trusts you, he will go for you and will love to work with you. Go to the fairs. There are 2-3 fairs every year in Belgium about food. If you have the people to stand there or yourself, go there, make a small space, rent a small booth, and go there and show what your products are. Go to the market itself. Let them know why you have such a good quality. Go for a label, a quality label. That is what do tasting, make workshops, invite people at your farms. Very important that people know you in person. People like in Belgium like to have a personal contact. Do storytelling. Let people know who you are and how great your product is. Stand out. That's my main message that I can give to be successful in Belgium. So I hope I didn't use too much time, so we are far within the hour. If you have questions, you can ask me. You can ask Natasha.
Well, Philippe, thank you very much. If we have to wrap up this, I stay with the idea that the olive oil is growing in numbers, in consumers, in quality, but there is still a lot of work to do about education. Supermarkets are still the biggest channel of distribution for the olive oil, and it's not always 100% sure it's not what you see is what you get. Maybe you don't get what you see. So therefore, specialized shops are more interesting for people who really reach out for quality. And in the sense of what you see is what you get, the presentation is a very important point to catch the attention of the buyers, I think.
Indeed, because the people don't have the knowledge. So if the product looks good, that helps a lot. And I must say that, okay, specialty shops are fine, but the volumes are low, of course. Supermarkets have enormous volumes. It depends on what you want, where you want to sell, and what are your numbers that you want to sell.
Yeah, for sure. You have talked about the trade fairs. We have just had the trade fair of Tavola. This is coming back every 2 years. So in 2028, we will see if, as Andalusia Trend, we can participate in this trade fair and see if we can lend you a hand to all of you to have a direct contact with possible buyers. And I think I have talked enough. Maybe one of
We have a question.
Yeah, that's what I wanted
Natasha.
to ask. Is there maybe there are questions?
Yeah, they ask if they have if there are any special AOVE award that could influence for good to the Belgian market. Any award that you would recommend that would touch the Belgian consumer if an olive oil brand has it?
Say again, because I had a little problem with my audio. Sorry to.
Okay,
Can you
well,
quickly? Yeah.
Yeah, just to see if there's any special AOVE award in the Belgian market that you would recommend for our brands, to our brands.
Okay. You have the ITE awards, but that is not only special for olive oil. These are 20 or 30 chefs, and they do some tasting. for me, as a professional olive oil taster, it hurts my heart because they're not really specialized in tasting of olive oils. But okay, they do it, and many people know it because it's about a lot of different types of food, but not only special from. It's the ITE awards. Then you have the Amsterdam International Olive Oil Competition, what is a commercial competition, and then you have the more serious s-Hertogenbosch Olive Oil Institute. That's they do double testing. They have an electronic nose, and they have an official panel from the IOC of Madrid. So that is very valuable. So that are the three majors that we have in the Benelux.
Okay, thank you very much. Any other questions that you would like to know? I think it has been very interesting to learn firsthand what the Belgian market and consumers are like. We take note for your suggestions, Philippe, and we hope that little by little the Andalusian extra virgin olive oil will become better known. We'll see how can we do this masterclass or these tastings to the final consumers as well. There's another question here. What needs to happen for people to keep being educated on the importance of a good AOVE quality? What can we do from our position to keep educating the Belgian people?
What you can do is, if you have your website yourself, people are curious lately about food. Is a little bit fashion now in Belgium. You have amateur, how we say that, free-time cooks, let's call them. Everybody's busy with food. There are tons of programs on the television about food. There's in the radio. That's really very fashion. And people are also curious. If you imagine that you have a Spanish brand, why not put on your website some information? Of course, I know it's more difficult for you from Spain to do education to Belgian people, but put some flyers together with your product if you sell it, where you let people know why is this extra virgin olive oil and it's not virgin olive oil, or it's not ordinary olive oil. Why is that? You can do it on your webshop. You can do it together with your product on a small information that you hang on the bottles. That's what becomes more and more done. People need information and want information. But I agree, it's not easy for you from that side. We give master classes here, and that's our obligation to do that, to inform the people. We do it a lot, but we are only, there are not so many olive oil tasters in Belgium, of course. We only have the panel also in the Netherlands. We don't have a panel in Belgium. So we are limited in resources to educate the people. Yeah, we hope of some support from the producers from their side, but it's difficult. Yeah.
Okay. If you allow me, Rocio, I would like to mention an action that we did a couple of years ago and that we might do again if there would be the possibility to organize it. We presented different kind of olive oils in the most prestigious school for cooks, for gastronomy in Belgium, and little by little this information, even if it's not a commercial action, because you don't find clients directly, but you find the clients on a larger project, on a larger scale, once they are really on the professional side of the kitchen, not only in the theoretical part at school. I think that's something that might really give some support also to the producers.
Schools are indeed very, very important. Schools for cooks, yeah, indeed.
There's another question here. Say, are there oil packers in Belgium who import in bulk and bottle locally?
No, some small experimental things that's going on here. So yeah, there was some people dream now about the climate change, that they can make olive oil here and produce olive oil, but packing is only done, I think, Colruyt does it, the supermarket, Colruyt, they do it, but that's on large scale because you have a very strict food control authority in Belgium. Yeah, really very strict, and for small producers, it's not possible. For small buyers, it's not possible to do that yourself. Anyway, packing is cheaper in Southern Europe than it's here. The labor is very expensive in Belgium. So why should we pack it ourselves? We prefer to buy it packed. But like Colruyt, they do it. I know. They buy bulk.
Okay, thank you. There's another question regarding the bio certification. Would you recommend any that is especially focused for the gourmet sector that will help to booster the sales of the olive oil? Any bio certification for the gourmet products?
Unfortunately, there is not. I don't believe there is, or I'm not aware, but I have never seen it, never heard about it. I would like to recommend one, but there is none specialty for gourmet. No, sorry.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's a negative answer. I'm sorry, but.
Mm-hmm. And which type of AOVE does the consumer in Belgium look for? It's organic or conventional?
Let's say 60%, between 60% and 70% is conventional. Organic is, let's say, 30% of the market. But that is shifting a little bit. That is shifting a little bit more to organic. Yeah, there's too much publicity in the news about pesticides and the pollution of the soil, and people realize it. No, it's biodiversity, organic, vegan. It's really growing. That's really becoming more and more important. But at the moment, it's still, let's say, 30%. Yeah. Okay. Often people say, and it is organic too. Oh, thank you. That's good. There's a difference between people that like to have it or people who are looking for it. And people who are looking for it is 20%. People who like to have it in total with the people who are looking for it is 30% of the sales. Yeah.
And there's another question regarding the table fair. Is it good to meet chefs, or which type of customer or visitors goes normally to table fair shops? I guess no, or do the chefs goes as well to table?
Both, if you allow me. It's both. It's the owners of the restaurants, the chefs, and owners of shops. Both.
And there's another question. How would you define the Belgian palate? Would a Piqual variety will be strong for them, or they would prefer something softer in the beginning?
I can speak very well of my own experience because I have two Piquals in my range. Two Piquals, one from close to Jaén and one from the southeast of Spain. A very strong one coming from the desert. And we talked about in this presentation about education. And I see people who start because of the doctor says that they had to work with olive oil, that they have to use olive oil in their daily kitchen. And I see people coming in and they start with an Abequinia, and they go further on to a Lechin, and they go further on to in time. It's getting used to it. But indeed, for some people, Piqual, but that, I believe that will be in Spain too, is too strong. If you have a real high polyphenol Piqual, I can imagine that it's not for everybody. I love it, but it depends of the persons. People like strong olive oil sometimes, and some people say, no, I stay with the mild olive oils. No, it's not because we are not used and growing up with olive oil that we don't like the stronger olive oils on a stick. And that's one of our national dishes, don't forget, stick with French fries. You can have a beautiful piquel on top of it. Really, yeah, of course. Piquel can be very well welcomed in Belgium, of course, yeah. But I understand the question. It's not because we are not used to it that we don't like the stronger tastes.
Okay. No more questions. Philippe, thank you so much. It has been very insightful, this webinar. We have learned a lot, and we hope that as a government, as the regional government, we will help as well to boost consumers, olive oil consumers, for our companies, to help our companies to sell them more. So Natasha, would you like to say add something else, or?
I think most of the things that people wanted to know have been said. Saying this, everybody is welcome to contact us if some other questions would come up later on, or to know what to get more in depth about some questions. Please feel free to contact us by Rocio or directly, and then we can put you in contact with Philippe if you need really the technical side of the information. No, I wanted to thank Philippe from our side for all the efforts, for the preparation and for the presentation today. We'll definitely keep in touch with you for future events and presentations, if you allow us. And I would like to thank everybody for their interest and their time joining us today in this webinar.
Okay. Thank you so much. Muchísimas gracias a todos los participantes y espero veros próximamente en otros webinarios o en otras acciones. Gracias a todos.
Gracias, buen día.
Gracias.
Thank you so much.
Have a nice
Thank you.
day. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice day too. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you all.
Thank you all for the webinar.
This is really on the spot.
Hasta
luego.
Okay. Hasta luego. Bye.
Bravo.